All right, what's going on? Well, welcome back to another video. If you guys remember from my last video, or I guess technically it'd be 2 videos ago now, I went to the track. It was obviously wet conditions. I had a little bit of a mishap, hit the wall. If you guys are unaware, please go ahead and check that video out. I think it's in this corner, maybe this corner. I think it's this corner. I forget which way it is when I'm doing front-facing camera. Anyways, I hit the wall at the track. I came out of carousel a little bit too hot. You know, shouldn't be going too hard in the rain, but it is what it is. So in today's video, we are going to, well, not we, I called my buddy Ton. He's going to come over. He's going to take care of what I hope is just a bunch of scuff marks and nothing really too major damage, majorly damage to the car. I don't know. It's pretty net. You know, let me go ahead and show you. Okay, so here is the damage. If you guys didn't see the other video, it's very minimal. Well, not minimal, obviously. It's pretty big. It's basically from this whole quarter panel all the way to the very edge of the bumper is where I hit the tire wall. It does look like most of it's just kind of like rubber attached to the bumper itself and the fenders. Because if I do, like, let's see here, if I go ahead and take my fingernail, as you can see, most of it just comes right off. Actually, all of it just came right off. A little bit left, but I'm pretty sure a buffer will get most of that out. It doesn't look like any major damage happened to the paint except for right here on this little winglet, a little bit of paint chip, but overall not too bad. The all-wheel drive system definitely saved me. Had I not gunned it coming out of that corner, natural instincts on most people would be to like slam their brakes or overcorrect, but in all-wheel drive and a front-wheel drive, basically the best way out of a spin or a slide is just to floor it as hard as you can. And I got lucky and just kind of like grazed it. As I said in my last video, I wasn't even sure I even hit the tire wall because it was so light. But obviously I did, came out, got the black flag, parked it, came out, saw the damage. But it's not too bad. Most of it just seems like, yeah, like it's just all rubbing away. So my buddy Ton is coming over. He's going to go ahead, try to like buff most of it out, and then after he finishes, we're going to go ahead and take the car over to a local wrap shop here in Houston where I'm going to be wrapping the entire car. Obviously you guys know that I've never been a huge fan of this black car. When it's clean, it looks amazing, but when it's not, it's just so filthy. Well, there you go. On camera, most of it, I am gonna miss this gloss reflection. Obviously you'll never get this with the wrap, but I guess in a way it's gonna be kind of like keeping this as pristine as possible, wrapping it, and I don't end up with something like this. But anyways, let's wait for my buddy Ton. I think he should be here any minute. Once he finishes this up, we'll go ahead and head over to Clutch City Customs and let's pick a color. Okay, so Ton is here, but this is a prime example of Texas weather. If you guys saw earlier from me walking out from the garage, it was literally completely sunny with not a cloud in the sky, and now all of a sudden it just starts pouring down rain. But anyway, so yeah, he's here. Let's go ahead and see how much he can work out of this, and I may have to wait till a different day to go to the shop, but we'll see what happens with the rain.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man? Dude, it was literally completely sunny 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I have no idea what happened.
I was down the street, I was working, and it was sunny, and then I come over here, and it's like, yeah, it started to drop on me.
Anyways, what do you think? Doesn't look too bad, right? I mean, there's definitely some paint chips, a little bit right there in the little winglet, but
Yeah.
a little bit of a scuff right there.
It's transfer.
Okay, so it's all just from the tire.
Yeah.
So it looks like most of it should buff out.
Yeah, most of it should buff out, and a bit of it is also transfer too. So what we need to do is basically, let's see, do a little bit of paint transfer removal. Clean the surface out, and then do a light paint correction and see what it gets us.
Okay, cool. So he took most of it off by hand. As you can see, it's looking already 90% better. So, so what he can't take off by hand now, he's going to go ahead and try to polish it off, buff it out, and yeah, so far so good. He did say there are definitely some scratching, so it's not going to be 100% perfect, but he's going to try to work his magic to minimize it as much as possible. All right, guys. So as you can see, or maybe not see because of how clean it is now, he got 90% of it off. There is still a little mark right here where it's burned into the clear coat. He says there's not much he can do without really going too heavy on the clear coat. So he just recommends leaving it like that, especially since I'm going to wrap the car. But overall, if you guys remember, it was basically all the way from here all the way to here and a little bit right here. So I did hit that tire wall pretty bad, but overall he got most of it off. Just this little burn mark right here. I think there's a small like little mark right there that he couldn't get out. And then obviously that paint chip I was talking about right here that, well, is probably the most heavily damaged, even though it's the smallest because this is just clear coat burn, that it actually got down to the paint and chipped it off completely. But overall, very satisfied. It is raining pretty bad outside, so I'm not gonna be able to go to a wrap shop today. I did message him. I messaged him now saying, hey, if I could come tomorrow or whatever. I probably should have messaged him first. He actually says he's very busy. Won't have a spot open until like May 8th or something like that. So I'm just gonna go down, pick a color, and then drop the car off on May 8th, and then we'll go from there. Honestly, if I'm planning this video right anyways, as of the time of recording, that's like almost a month away from me. But at the time of you seeing this video, it should just be next week if I'm planning everything correctly. Okay, but before I head over to the wrap shop, I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling the wrap off of this hood. If you guys remember from a few videos ago, I got the Circuit Edition hood right before my track day, and a lot of you guys asked how I got it painted so quickly. It's actually wrapped. I guess you guys weren't really listening in that video, but it is wrapped. And pretty much the day I started driving it home, this was already starting to peel off. But as you can see, it looks like he cut it way too short. This is the edge of it, and it barely just wraps barely under the hood. I guess he stretched it too much. He did say he was running out of material, so maybe that has something to do with it. But why didn't I get it? This happened like literally on the drive home from the day I picked it up, and probably asking why didn't I get it fixed sooner? Because literally that very day he was leaving early, as I mentioned in the video, to go out of town. And he's going to be gone for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I really didn't have a choice but to leave it like this. It's been kind of embarrassing to drive around like this on a brand new car. You know, the last thing I want is for people to wonder why this is already starting to peel up. Anyways, I asked the Tan, the detailer, if you wanted me to remove this. He didn't really answer, but I figured, you know what, he's already doing me a huge favor by getting this done so quickly. So I'm just going to go ahead and start peeling this up myself. It's actually all starting to peel up already. It looks like he didn't have enough material, so he stretched it a lot. Like, this is the edge of the material. It barely reaches the edge of the hood. So he probably stretched it just a whole bunch to wrap it under, and then like it just started to like pick up and shrink back to its normal size. I don't know. I don't wrap cars, but either way, this is really embarrassing. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this, and then we'll head over to the wrap shop. Okay, so luckily or not luckily, depending on how you want to look at it, that wrap literally just came right off. I don't know if wrap is supposed to be easy or not easy to remove, but this thing didn't take me more than 10 minutes. I just had to peel off the edges a little bit and just ripped it right off. So let me know down below, is wrap supposed to be that easy to remove, or is this supposed to be more difficult? But anyways, now let's go to the wrap shop.
Got the track tires on there.
Yeah.
I see you.
How you doing?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you finally in person.
Right?
All right, so yeah, here it is.
Cool. What kind of roof is that?
It's just a roof wrap. All right, so there you go. The car is dropped off. I picked my color. He says it should be done within a week or so, but we will see. I told him no rush. I wanted him to make sure everything was done just right. And yeah, we talked about what I want to wrap, what I don't want to be wrapped. All right, guys, so I just wanted to turn the camera around real quick and reiterate everything I just said. So basically, as you saw, I just dropped the car off. It was kind of sporadic on what I was showing you, or at least what I assume is going to show you, because I want to keep the color from you guys a little secret until the next video. You know, build up some suspense and whatnot, keep you guys coming back for more. But yeah, so I picked out the color. It is a color I've been eyeing for this car for a long time now. It's a color I wish the car was offered in from factory, but obviously it isn't. Which is why I went with this. If you guys are well aware, you know black wasn't my first choice. It wasn't even my second choice. If anything, it was my very last choice in colors for the GR Corolla, because I I don't hate black cars. I just hate trying to maintain them, to keep them clean. And it's just really annoying how dirty the car gets, or how quickly it gets dirty. But yeah, so I wanted to like keep most of it a secret, so the ending of the video is very sporadic because he was talking about the color a lot, and I really don't want you guys to know just yet. He was asking me what body panels I wanted, what color, certain accent colors, but it's gonna be real basic. It's nothing super wild. It's not gonna be a race livery like the Accord is, so this shouldn't take too long. He should take roughly about a week. A full wrap, like full color change wrap like this in this brand of wrap normally runs around $3,700 is what he was saying, in case you guys are wondering how much a wrap is going to cost for a GR Corolla. So yeah guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the video here. I gotta go pick up my kid. I wasn't expecting to drop the car off today. I was actually expecting to drop it off in another week, but I guess he had a cancellation or something, so a spot opened up, so go ahead and drop it off. You should say it takes about a week, so realistically next video should be the color reveal, hopefully, fingers crossed. So until next time guys, later.